So in my last video you would have seen me sanding up the pallet boards. They're here, they're all done. Don't think I'm going to have enough, but we'll find out when we start kitting the van out. So this is what the boards look like now. They're all ripped up, all rustic vibes. To get this effect and to kind of make it ruggedy, I suppose, I used one of these. So basically what it does is it has sandpaper like staggered all the way around. This is called a flap disc. This is a 40 grit, and this is rough enough to just take the edges off the boards and make them look cool. Now a lot of the timber was grow fast timber for the pallets, so you didn't really have any grain to it. Obviously the older the timber, the better the grain. Now some of the boards are a little bit older and they do have a little bit more grain, so some of the boards will look better than others, but they should kind of even out as I burn them, and it'll bring the grain and the colour out in the boards. I'm pleased with these. Now in my first video I was saying about using some of the blue Euro pallets. I've done a few of those pallets. They're really hard to strip, they just split because they're so well put together. But I managed to strip a few and keep them intact, and I've sanded them down, and I've got to be honest, they look sick. They look so good. So this is the effect we got. Look at it. I love the reds kind of through here. I'm gonna fire these as well. I don't want to fire them too much, otherwise I could lose the blue effect. But you know, they came out super cool. Really stoked with these. Today's job, not going to be pallet boards yet. I've got to insulate the inside of this bad boy. So I went shopping. The first thing I bought was this stuff. Basically it's like bubble wrap, but it's foil. So on both sides it's insulated. This should eliminate condensation and stop it from like entering and saturating the boards when the van's finished. So I got 2 rolls of this. There, 8. Well, how much? Right, there's about 8 meters by 60 centimeters, so maybe enough, maybe not. We'll find out. And then the other thing I got was types of tape. I got carpet tape to stick the foil to the van because it's probably the most grippy. Some people might disagree, but it was the best tape I could find in the hardware shop that I went to. And then I got some proper branded gaffer tape for when I put the Celotex over the top of them and I can join the Celotex boards together. So that was the other thing I got, a ton of Celotex. So I got a variety of thicknesses, well, 2 thicknesses. I got 50mm. Luckily my dad had this already and he let me have it. So that saved me like 18 quid a sheet. And then I had to buy a load of 25mm. So I've got a bunch of sheets of that. I had to cut these down to get them in the van, but I did measure them first. So some of these would just slot straight in places, a few more cuts. It was quite hard trying to find the 25mm Celotex foam sheets because the glue that binds them together, well, the factory that makes that glue in Germany had a fire, so I suppose they just sold out all of their Celotex, all their stock. But I managed to find some. It's not the branded Celotex stuff that I would like to use, but you know, it's the same stuff, so beggars can't be choosers. Let's crack on. Now over the last couple of weeks I've been observing the inside of the van and I've got lots of ideas, usually when I'm sitting on the toilet. You think best when you're on the toilet. Anyway, I'm going to take all this headlining out and I'm going to make the boards go all the way from the back of the van all the way to where the windscreen is. I think that would look pretty sick. I don't know what I'm going to do like with the trim and that, but we'll figure that out when it comes to it. But like things like sun visors, I'm going to redo those in skateboards. That'd look pretty sick, wouldn't it? Right, let's crack on. Right, gonna get all the condensation off the ceiling. A little bit wet. Just gonna have a wipe up of all like the excess condensation in here, and then we're ready to insulate. So I'm doing like squares of this stuff, double-sided tape, and then I'm going to peel it's double-sided, so we're going to peel the other layer off and then basically stick my first layer of insulation on, and then Celotex will go over the top. So I've run out of the full insulation stuff, so I'm going to have to go and buy some more of that. My next video is going to be on Saturday. That's the inside of the van insulated on its first layer. So the next layer will be Celotex, which is like foam insulation, which has like 4 each side, but it has like foam in the middle. So that will be the main insulating. This kind of just stops the condensation coming through, I suppose, and acts like as a thermal barrier between this layer of the metal and the Celotex boards. So if you've just made it all the way through that video, thank you very much for watching. My name's Josh Avendon, you're watching Josh's Happiness, and make sure if you've enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button, because the YouTube algorithm has changed, and if I want to make my YouTube dream come true, I need to get them thumbs ups so that my channel grows bigger and bigger all the time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video on Saturday. See you later.